Hey everybody, it is Friday night, September the 30th. I cannot believe it's already October. I'm just going to go ahead and say it's October.
It is October.
And Nicole is not Marianne. I'm sorry, it's the first time I did a video like that right off YouTube. Sorry for any kind of delays and things. I thought it was over, but it wasn't. So it's my bad. But Nicole Antoinette is with us tonight as a co-host. We need to pray for Florida, North Carolina, all these places that get majorly hit by this Hurricane Ian. Marianne has had some issues tonight with her, or today, I guess I should say, with her connection, electricity and things. But Nicole, thank you so much for stepping in because you're awesome and amazing. We really appreciate you. Thank you.
Absolutely, my pleasure. Thank you for having me. I'm excited. I'm excited to talk to you and to Brenda. It's going to be a fun show.
It is going to be a great show. But real quick, I do have your information in the description, all of your pages and your website. Just tell people that's viewing for the first time a little bit about yourself.
All right, so my name is Nicole Antoinette. I'm a psychic medium, tarot card reader, spiritual mentor, comedian in my own head. I think I'm hilarious. And so I have a YouTube channel called Guiding Echoes, and you can also find me on Facebook of the same name, Guiding Echoes, and my website, guidingechoes.com. But basically what I do is I help people to connect to their loved ones on the other side, but I also enjoy using psychic readings to help people to gain more clarity and guidance in their lives. So psychic readings with me are almost more of a, how would you call it? I mean, it's almost like I'm not a therapist or a counselor, so I can't say a counseling session, but it's more like a session of, hey, what's not working in your life? Let's figure it out, together. Let's use our intuition and let's put you on the right path. So, because I think that's actually far more productive than just looking at some cards or tuning into the future and being like, yeah, your boyfriend's going to dump you in 5 months. Good luck. Instead you want to kind of tune in and see where you can fix things or what you need to heal and where you need to grow.
That's therapy.
Yeah,
it really is.
It's unlicensed therapy.
Nate is tuning in. Nate, I'm so glad you're tuning in. We've been Instagram friends and stuff for a long time. Love the intro graphics. Hey, everybody. Adam's tuning in. Hello. Good to see everybody. If you have any questions or anything for our guest during the show, or if you have questions for Nicole or anything, please, go ahead and comment here. I'll try to put them up as much as possible. But Nicole, thank you so much for tuning in. Truly appreciate you. We've become really good friends. I already say you're a really good friend to me over the last couple of weeks, and we share some of the same trauma, and we've become close. So thank you, Nicole, very much.
Yeah,
and
thank you.
All of her descriptions of her pages and things to follow is in the description, and then I'll have it going up during the show too this evening. So if you're tuning in for the first time tonight, thank you so much. We love you. We appreciate all the viewers and everything for What the Frick Live. Please put a heart if you're watching on Facebook. Hearts show up more in the news feed since I'm shadow banned so much. Put a heart there or thumbs up. Share this out. Share it to your page. We don't ask for money or donations here on What the Frick Live. We just ask you to share the show. That's helps our guests. It helps the show. It helps our network. We appreciate you all very, very, very much. Also, I want to say this. We are now a podcast. What the Frick Live is a podcast. We're going to start having podcast exclusive shows in November. But all these shows here that you see will be up within 24 to 48 hours. Afterwards, we're live every Wednesday, Friday night on all the different special applications, Spreaker, iHeartRadio, Apple, iTunes, Spotify, Amazon Music, and a lot more. So we are available there. And I can't wait. Wait till November, everybody. We got some stuff that I don't have to worry about censorship. So it's going to be great. Also, I want to reiterate this, extremely important. We are not going to use, I'm putting my foot down on this. We're not using flipping Facebook starting November 1st. All right. So everybody needs to go over to ODYSEE at What the Frick Live, follow us there, or go over to Rumble at What the Frick Live and follow us there. I did start a YouTube page again. I've lost everything. And I lost everything on YouTube. I had almost 10,000 subscribers. Woke up one morning, it was all gone. So I may go live on YouTube again. We'll just see. I already got X'd once already on a video. I don't advertise YouTube. I just upload our videos there. So we'll see. But I'm telling everybody, please, Rumble and ODYSEE. I love those apps. They're phenomenal. They're great. They're easy to use. You're going to find a lot more truth type conspiracy podcast things over there that you can research the things yourself if you don't truly believe. But go over there and subscribe. So, whoo! I feel like an auctioneer.
Let's get What the Frick on Rumble up to 10,000 subscribers. You're almost at 10,000 on YouTube. This is a call to arms, call to action. Come on, guys, share it. Tell your friends about it. Like, let's make this happen.
Well, I appreciate it so much because Rumble we've done really well on Rumble, actually. I don't know why that keeps popping up. I clicked off, but it keeps popping up. We've done really well, and we have 100 subscribers now since the end of June. So I think that's okay for Rumble. But please, I'm starting over. It's a lot of work. Nicole does shows like this. She knows how it is. Oh, yeah. So, but with all that said, oh my gosh, I feel like I've talked for 20 minutes now. We have a very, very special guest on tonight. This is her third time on What the Frick Live. She is my hypnosis person. Like, if I would truly go under hypnosis, I would trust Brenda K. And she is part of the National Guild of Hypnotists. And I think it's been since like 2000, 2001. She's done that. She uses comedy. She's part of the Norwegian cruise lines. She has a website. She does online things. She is absolutely phenomenal. She's a wonderful person inside and out. I love her very much. And I'm glad to call her one of my friends. And I'm bringing her on. Brenda, and you're muted, so I can't unmute you. You have to unmute you.
Hello, Emily.
Hello. Thank you so much for coming back.
Oh, my gosh. Are you already putting me under?
Yes. Just mere sight of me knocks people out.
I'm feeling dizzy.
It's all the blue. It's all the blue coming in. I feel it too. I'm getting it there. Thank you so much for coming back on, Brenda. We love you here and appreciate you. You're so positive and uplifting, and your personality and just how you are is just magnetic. So thank you so much. Thanks. And I know I probably didn't do the greatest job ever in introducing you since you've been on for 3 times, but can you tell a little bit about some more details or anything to the people that's watching?
Sure, you did a great job. You hit all the high points. So I'm a certified hypnotist and comedy stage hypnotist. I started out using hypnosis for therapy and then wanted to spread the word about hypnosis. And I thought, why not show people that they can have fun with the power of their mind and then use it to transform their lives? And so I started doing hypnosis shows and they took off and took me on a world tour, working for Norwegian Cruise Lines, and then with the recent events of the past 2 years, it brought me back to the therapy aspect. So I learned how to use hypnosis online to help people all over the world rewire, rewrite, reprogram, reset, all the re's, their mind. So whatever's going on inside, I can help them sort it all out.
So real quick, and I'll open this up. So for hypnosis for you, and I think I've asked this before, but we kind of started over with What the Frick Live. I lost everything over a year ago. We took a 9-month break, so we started the show back up in June this year. Mm-hmm. So it was a long break there. For you to get involved with hypnosis and the things you're doing, did you discover that yourself? Like, did you use hypnosis to heal yourself and you were interested in it and you wanted to grow? How did this come about?
You know, I want to say I found hypnosis on accident, but we all know there's not really accidents, right? Mm-hmm. Things always happen for a reason. And I was at a point in my life, I dropped out of college and I was just looking for my purpose in life. And I was at a fair in Boulder, Colorado, mm-hmm. our little college town. And at the fair, there was a sign that said free hypnosis. And being a poor college student at the time, I was like, what's this hypnosis and how do I get it for free? I had no clue about it. It turns out they were a hypnosis school looking for guinea pigs for their students to practice on. And they said, if you agree to let one of our students practice on you, then you can have 6 free hypnosis sessions.
Oh, wow.
I said, well, that sounds cool, but like, what does it even do? I really had no clue other than what I had seen in the movies, which can be really scary. But truth be told, it's nothing like that. She said, you know, you can use hypnosis to manage your weight, to get rid of habits, to overcome fears and phobias, manage pain, sleep better. I said, that sounds cool, but can hypnosis help me figure out what I want to do with my life? And she said, you can give it a shot. And that's exactly what happened. I had an aha moment in one of my hypnosis sessions, and I just had this full body, like, knowing hypnosis is what I'm meant to do with my life. And so it helped me. It was the tool that helped me figure out what I wanted to do. And then it became the tool that helped me help other people figure out their own lives.
Nicole, I always go, Nicole, I just want to tell you this. Just butt in anytime you want to butt in and ask a question or anything. Just be comfortable in things. Do you have anything follow up? Because, you know, we talked before the show went live. You did a little bit of hypnosis therapy. If you want to ask any questions or understand what Brenda's saying, feel free. Go.
All right. Good to know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm definitely going to want to connect with you after the show because I'm interested in knowing how you use hypnosis to find your life purpose and all that kind of stuff. But what would you say, like, when you were, so as you've been doing this professionally, what would you say has been the best aha moment for you when you've been working with other clients? Like, what is it about it that, like, really lifts your heart and makes you excited? Where you're like, oh my God, I can't believe I get to do this for the living.
Oh, that's such a great question, Nicole. Thank you. And there's so many different aspects, but I think what really lights my heart up is just knowing that I've helped change somebody's life. You know, they said, you know, I couldn't have done this without you, or, you know, you saved my marriage, or just knowing that somebody's life is better because you were in it. And maybe you just said one word, or you gave one suggestion, or just had an effect on somebody in a positive way. truly makes my heart happy.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
So the process of hypnosis, how does someone get to that level to where they know and they come out of it and they know, I couldn't have done this without you? How does that happen? How do you lead people into that state for healing and other things?
Yeah, well, and that's kind of a loaded question.
Sorry.
There's a couple questions in there. No.
No.
So
The process of it.
Yeah, the process of getting somebody into hypnosis is called an induction. And it's getting them to travel through their different levels of their consciousness, from full wake aware consciousness to deep asleep. And the hypnosis is somewhere right in the middle. It's like the twilight zone that you go in as you're falling asleep, and when you're waking up in the morning, it's that in between state, sometimes where you know things are going on, but you're just too tired to care. In that state, you're more open and receptive to suggestions and new ideas. Now, you can make changes in that state, and what happens even before the hypnosis process is building the rapport. I can't force somebody into hypnosis. I can't make them go there against their will. They have to, I'm just their tour guide. So they have to have some trust and belief in me, or they'll leave up their protective guard and not allow me to guide them on their journey. So you have to set up that rapport first before you take somebody into that level of mind, which can be relaxation. And then once you're there, you give them the positive suggestions for what they want to achieve. So we always have a discussion before the session, what is it that you want to accomplish? What does that look like? And if they don't know, I like to say that your subconscious mind has all the answers. Hypnosis is a tool to get access to the subconscious mind and get those answers. So it's like I can go in and open the door and we can both see what's inside. So if I'm in your subconscious asking the right questions, you'll get the answers.
Okay, so I want to know this. If somebody goes into their subconscious mind and you're helping them and you're directing them, has it ever affected you as the hypnosis? Like whatever they feel, especially if it's kind of like negative or past life or childhood trauma or anything, do you ever feel that effect onto you as the one that's leading the way? Do you ever feel like you need to stop it? And like this person can trust you enough to stop it? I guess that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm there to hold that space. If it's something that they need to process, I'll allow it. However, disturbing it might be for me, if they need to process it, we'll do that. If they ever don't feel safe or like they want to stop it, they absolutely can. Because even in deep hypnosis, you're still aware enough to know what's going on. And I've had somebody, I've tried to lead them, or I've led them to a place where they suddenly were not comfortable, and they let me know that. And so I brought her to a better place, because I don't want to leave them in a funky feeling, stuck in those funky emotions. So I take them out of those funky emotions, put a bookmark there if we need to, go back later, guide them to something better, and then guide them up and out of hypnosis.
Do you think that the subconscious mind, when people are in hypnosis and they have a clear agenda, like they have something that they want to heal, they have something they want to do you think the subconscious mind is already working on formulating the answer and already knows where it wants to put them? Because the subconscious mind is like, hey, we're about to get hypnotized, we're about to have a voice. So do you think that sometimes when people go to that place that's uncomfortable, not necessarily scary, but just uncomfortable, their subconscious mind has already kind of formulated it, because it's like, all right, we need to work through this. So you think that's what happens sometimes?
It could, because your subconscious is always working in the background, and it works really fast. So I think just by having that intention, like this is what you want to solve, yeah, your problem solving mind is already working on it.
We have a question from chat too. Nate's watching. Big fan, Brenda. How much training did you have to do before you were able to perform? How did your first stage show go? That's a great question, Nate.
Man.
Thank you.
That is a great question. And back in early 2000s, when I did my hypnotherapy training, there weren't a lot of performing stage hypnotists out there, and there weren't trainings like there are now. So I'm gonna date myself, but my hypnosis instructor and I, we decided that we wanted to put a show together, and so we watched some VHS cassette tapes of some other hypnotists, and put a show together based on that, and then did some, or based on like the levels of depth. So, and just some different imagination exercises. So we kind of just hodgepodged a show together. So my first show, I was terribly nervous, but it was for a loving audience of other hypnotists. So the National Guild of Hypnotists that I belong to in our state, we had probably about 15 people in that meeting, and I had 10 of them on my little stage in a little classroom. So, and hypnotists usually go into hypnosis pretty easy. So I had a really receptive audience. So, and that was the first time. And then I would do shows wherever they would let me, local bars. And it was just getting out there and doing it and sorting out what was working and what wasn't. And then the more I did it, the years went by, there were other trainings. And so I took them. But it really is, it's a skill that you just need to
go out there and do it, right?
Go out there and do it. Learn what works. Learn what doesn't work.
Go to the bars. Make sure that they've had one or two drinks. Right, Brenda?
You know,
I'm more acceptable. I am. I'll just be honest with it. I am. I let my guard down. I'm very high tense. I'm just a stress ball. I'll just tell you that. But if I have a drink or two, I'm out there, I would be more acceptable or maybe a good example if I had a drink or two and I was lying down in a bar to be able to let myself go there.
Yeah, to lower your inhibition a little bit.
Any other time I'm tight as can be. Like, I know I'm nervous. It makes me nervous. It makes me scared. I don't want to find out something about myself. I'm very guarded.
But here's the thing, like you have more control when you're in hypnosis. So when you go into hypnosis, it lowers your inhibitions like a couple drinks would. You know, you're a little more free to dance and sing and like share things. Have you ever overshared when you've had too much to drink? Yeah. So you're not in control in that moment. You're just like, bleh. But when you're in hypnosis, your inhibitions are lower. You feel more free, but you're still in control of what you're saying and doing. So it's like the fun you get without the hangover. The fun of feeling free without the hangover that you would get from wine.
Well, and the hypnosis induction is so relaxing. Like, it can feel better than getting a massage. So I think the induction period alone, like if you can learn how to do that on your own, or if you have an audio that you listen to that walks you through that, like that is just the best feeling in the world. And you don't even really need the other stuff. If you just need to relax, like the induction itself, so amazing.
Yeah, you're so right, Nicole. And you, like you said, listening to a recording, like you, and all hypnosis is truly self-hypnosis. And you said you've done self-hypnosis. Once you've gone to that place in your mind, you can get there much quicker. And you can go there on your own, but when you have somebody talking you into it, guiding you, you can let go a little deeper. You get to go a little deeper. You don't have to think about it as much, and it can feel a lot better.
See, what's the difference between meditation and hypnosis?
You know, you go to the same level in your mind as far as brainwave pattern, but the intention is different. Because when you meditate, for the most part, it's to clear your mind. With hypnosis, you want to go in with a specific intention or a goal. So I like to say that hypnosis is like meditation with a goal. We want to accomplish something. And maybe just that something is to relax or to fall asleep or to shed some weight, whatever it is, we set the intention before we go there.
I don't think I've never done that. I've just done more meditation than anything, because I didn't know really possibly that self-hypnosis was possible. I'm very new. I know I've had you on the show. I'm diving into this a little bit deeper now in the recent months. So self hypnosis. So what do you like personally use hypnosis for yourself, Brenda? And I think I do have a question. I have Nate. Nate's so excited. He was messaging me on Instagram about tonight's show. So I'm going to pull it up here and say he has a two-part. He has a two-part, but this was actually on my. Can you use hypnosis for yourself, and what do you use it for, Brenda? Is right here. So
yeah,
if you don't mind,
I do use it on myself, and almost daily. I use it to fall asleep at night. I use it to, if I have a specific goal or intention, I will set that. You know, when I go into hypnosis, I'll like think about that intention and just let that sink in. Or if I don't know what I want to work on. And so part of when you go into hypnosis is you're giving yourself affirmations, you know, positive statement of your intention. And so if I don't know what I want to work on that day, I'll just say every day in every way, I'm getting better and better. And then I'll let my subconscious figure out what's better for that day. Just to feel better, use it for goals, use it for whatever it is that you fancy in that time.
Okay,
Nicole,
so I
want to know. Nicole was saying something. I'm sorry. Yeah. I know I went into that.
Okay. So I don't even remember last question, but I want to know, okay, what goal have you used hypnosis for? Like, I want to hear about a goal where you're like, I don't know if I can do that, but I'm going to try it. And the results just like blew you away. And you're like, I want to hear about that.
Okay. I love this question because so once I learned about hypnosis and how your mind works, and if you consider your mind, your subconscious mind, to be like a garden, and in this garden, there's flowers and there's weeds, right? And you can think of the flowers as all of the good things in your life, and all of the weeds are all the bad things. And then once I learned that you can use hypnosis to garden your mind, to cultivate it, you could pluck out the things that you don't want, bad memories, bad feelings, negative thoughts, what have you.
Bad boyfriends, yeah.
Yeah, all of that. The biggest weeds with the deepest roots,
That's right.
you just pluck it out.
Oh, I love
and
you.
then I learned that, and so an affirmation is like planting a seed, right? And I'm like, okay, so what are my big goals? So you can think of your goals as little seeds. So my goal was to travel the world doing what I love, live like I'm on vacation, work less and make more. And I
want that. I need that goal.
Right
here. I want that
work
goal.
less, make more, live like I'm on vacation, travel the world, getting paid to do what I love. I planted all of those seeds, and it manifested in 2007 as the opportunity to leave my private practice and travel the world working on Norwegian Cruise Line. So I was working, getting paid to do what I loved, living like I'm on vacation. I was getting paid to live on the vacation that other people were paying for. And I was working like 2 days a week, making more money than I've ever made in my entire life. It all manifested that way. And I never saw it happening that way, ever.
I have a question too with manifestation with this stuff, because I'm a big person in writing it down too. Did you write these things down also and connected it with the hypnosis or manifestation in your brain, and then it came to pass?
Yeah, I think the more ways that you can bring it in, the more ways that you can affirm it, the better. So writing it down. Yeah, I would write my intentions. I would also give them to myself. I would say them out loud. I also had
so your ears can hear. I'm a big person. You speak things into existence. There's power in what you say.
Absolutely. There's power in what you say. There's power in what you think. There's power in what you feel. So kinesthetically writing it down, saying it out loud, visualizing. So I had a vision, what's now called a vision board. So I had pictures of the things that I wanted. So, you know, travel on airplanes, and I can't remember if there was a cruise ship on my vision board or not. I think so. Oh, so yeah, all of those things. So if there was ever a goal that I wanted, I would get a picture of it and I would put it by my bathroom mirror. Last year I was going through some old papers and I found a letter that I wrote to myself at a Tony Robbins seminar. And if you know Tony Robbins, he's the motivational speaker, right?
I've heard of him. Yeah, no, I think I've seen a video or two of him. Yeah.
So I was at one of his seminars, Unleash the Power Within, where you do the fire walk, where you walk on hot coals.
Yes.
And then part of it was like, write a letter to yourself as though you're in a year from now, as though all of your wildest goals are already accomplished. And that letter says that I'm a full-time hypnotist traveling the world on cruise ships and blah, blah, blah. And this and like everything. I've been to Fiji, I've been to all of these islands, and that all came true. The only thing that was on that letter that hadn't come true was hosting retreats. So
have you done that yet? Are you going to do that? Well, you've done online retreats. I'm going to say it's online retreats.
Yeah, like it hasn't happened yet, but it was so crazy. Like, so that was in 2007. It was in 2006 that I wrote that letter. In 2007, I started working for Norwegian Cruise Lines. And then I found that letter in 2021.
Wow.
And it all happened. So writing it down is so powerful.
Listen, and you're in Colorado. You're in a perfect place for a retreat. I mean, I know all kinds of places. I've worked in and out of Colorado for many, many years. I work from home, but I've traveled there. Everything, like, you have amazing places where people can go up into the mountains, away from the city, away from everything. And Brenda, if you put that out there, I will do my best to come. I want to try it and see what happens.
I love it.
I trust you. You're the only hypnotist I've ever had on my show. So I keep coming back to you, and I appreciate you. Nate, the second part of the question, though, do you recommend anything day to day for people to use it for personal use of hypnosis? Day to day, I think I have a bad thing with sleep.
So sleep, yeah, absolutely. It can help guide you to sleep. And then it'll help you sleep deeper and better. It'll allow your subconscious mind to process your day more efficiently. Yeah, I mean, use it just to feel better, right? Just get into that headspace where you feel better.
Adam wants to know, you walked on hot coals?
Yeah. And here's the thing that was bananas about it. Like, we trained for like all day. Like, we said this mantra, I think it was like cool moss, I don't even know. But walked on the hot coals and thinking, okay, there's the potential I could burn my feet. But at the end, you walk over them, my feet were still cold on the other side. That blew my mind. And I'm like,
how about the other people that were there? Did you talk to them? How was their feet?
I mean, one of my best friends did it and she was fine. Like, I don't know that her feet were cold, but yeah. But we did it. And when you do something like that, like, it blows your mind. You're like, this is hot. Like, how many times have you burnt yourself on the stove, right? It's probably not.
How about that? A curling iron is me.
Yeah.
Curling iron. Or go ahead. I'm sorry, Brenda.
No, but like, there's just so many things. You can accidentally burn yourself in so many different ways. But we just set the intention that it was going to be cool. We're going to do it. And it happened. And it just proves that the body is absolutely amazing. The body-mind connection.
The body, the mind. That's what I was going to say. The mind connected to the body can absolutely do, like, the most powerful things ever. If you get your mind, it's a battlefield of the mind. It really truly is. And it's hard to overcome. Go ahead, Nicole.
And you were also mentioning the mantra, and that's so important for something like that too, because the brain learns through repetition. The brain learns in a lot of different ways, but the brain learns through repetition. So I wanted to share a story real quick. So I used to sing the song, I think it's Titanium. Yeah. All the time. Love that song. Loved it. And at the time, so this was 2 or 3 years ago, there was this really interesting thing that happened. And I'm positive it has to do with my obsession of that song and being very aware of what the words are. Because the words are basically saying in so many ways, I'm invincible. Nothing can hurt me. Girl power. Well, actually, I had 2 interesting things that happened when I was obsessed with that song. So one of them was I was training for a half marathon. And I'd been running, and I hit a curb wrong. And I twisted my ankle in a way that it is not meant to be twisted. And I just stopped, and it was like, oh my God, this is it. This is what's going to make me go down, right? Like, I know the moment I move my ankle, it's going to hurt so much. Nope, walked just fine. And even I was like, okay, that doesn't make any sense. But I went with it, and I was stoked, and I was like, oh my goodness, like, that's amazing. So a couple weeks later, now this is the one that's like really unbelievable even to me. So I don't remember what I was making, but I do remember I was slicing a zucchini. And somehow I managed to cut this fleshy part of my, and I felt it, and I saw the knife in it, and I was like, oh no. I lifted the knife, nothing, completely fine. And I was like, what? And I knew it was because of how I was singing that song all the time. I was doing guided meditation every single day. That is, I am protected, I am healthy, I am strong. I don't remember the whole thing. Plus, compared with the Titanium song, I'm like, I really am invincible.
Wow.
That's amazing.
That is an amazing story.
Yeah, so it all has to do, and that's why I love hypnotism and guided meditations, is because I know that they work, and I think that music is actually one of the fastest ways, that we all get into hypnotism. And that was something I caught on to, like back in my Christian evangelical days, is like how suggestive the music can be, but you really can have like this out of body experience when you have a full awareness of what you're singing, what you're saying, how the music makes you feel. And so if you take that with other forms of music, like, I don't know, the song Titanium, it was just really interesting to see how that did manifest, like, you know, being hurt proof is amazing.
Brenda, do you use a lot of music like that with hypnotism, or does anybody come to you and talk to you about music and hertz levels or vibrations when it comes to that?
I use it sometimes. Especially if people are overthinkers or in their heads too much, because if you're overthinking the process, you can kind of lock yourself up. You won't allow yourself to go there. So listening to the music, like we were talking about, the different frequency, the binaural beats that have different patterns, or the solfeggio, I don't know if I'm saying that right.
Esophageal or vagus, the vagus nerve.
No, there's different tones and different frequencies. Like you were talking about music, and I'm not even saying it right. But there's different music patterns that you can have people listen to that will get them to the lower levels of their brain waves and relaxed and more open and receptive to your suggestions. So I'll use it sometimes online. If people have headphones, because sometimes you need the headphones to get the sound in both ears.
Or what were you talking about before we went live?
The binaural beats.
Binaural beats. Oh my God.
Yeah, those are really powerful.
I might be able to pull a video. Talk up a little bit about. Let me see if I can pull up a video for people to understand what we're talking about. Go ahead.
Yeah. And Nicole, while you're doing that, you pointed out something too. You said when you're singing, you feel things, right? And the emotion that we have behind any thoughts makes it so much more powerful, good or bad. So if we're singing like joyful, happy, like it's just sending more of that out to be, it's just powering it up. And then there's also like some not so positive music, right? Some
Right.
anger, rage music. And that also, like, it fuels that emotion. So it fuels whatever words you're putting behind it. So we do have to be careful with that.
Yeah, because words are so important. Words are very powerful. And yeah, my ex-boyfriend used to listen to rage-filled music all the time, and it drove me crazy. It's like, it's okay if you need to sing that once in a while to really release an emotion, because I'm a big fan of that. Like, we've got to release things. So it's like, hey, you're an angry mofo, you need to get something out, you go on with your bad self. But aside from that, like, yeah, you're just manifesting more of that anger and putting that into the world, and that's just icky. That's just icky.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, like, when you hypnotize yourself, what does that look like for you? Are you using your own thoughts? Are you listening to an audio that you've recorded? Like, what is that process like for you?
I do both. It depends kind of on the time and the place and where I'm at. I like to, as I'm going to sleep, I listen to I listen to both. I listen to my own voice, which can be weird. I'll listen to my own recordings, or I'll listen to other recordings on YouTube to guide me into hypnosis, or to guide me to sleep. Or, like, if I just don't want to think about it that much, I'll listen to somebody else's recording. I also did a meditation training last year, and so I've learned how to quiet and calm my mind more. So I'll do that from time to time. Or sometimes I'll just sit there, like when I'm waiting in line or driving, I'll just say a mantra in my mind over and over. So hypnosis doesn't have to look like eyes closed, zoning out. You can go into hypnosis when you're going for a run, when you're working out, when you're shopping, like at the grocery store. Like, you can be active and still in like a daydreaming, relaxed level of mind.
Well, and a lot of people enter hypnosis without knowing it too.
Absolutely. Yeah, it happens all the time.
Yeah, Emily, you've been hypnotized. You just didn't know it. Yep.
Yeah, I already got that feeling. I think this video I'm going to show right now is going to hypnotize me. This is the what we're talking about with the two sides.
Binaural beats.
Yes.
But it only works if you have both ears in. See, I only have one. So
but hold on. If you're using your cell phone, anybody's watching right now, using your cell phone, watching this, take your cell phone and put it behind your head on your neck and listen to it that way. Okay. Hold on. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to pull it up. Here, it's going to automatically play when I pull it up. So here we go. Listen to this. Even she has sirens in the background, everybody. I'm gonna play it one more time.
Sorry. Let me mute.
Oh, was that you? That wasn't you. That was the video, I thought, that had sirens in the background.
No, my window's open. I'm sorry. I'm gonna
Listen to this one more time. I feel it within like the first lyric of it. I'll play it one more time. What's the hertz levels on that sucker too? Like I feel super calm and peaceful just even hearing that little. Nicole and Brenda, how do you all feel when you hear that?
It's relaxing.
Is that hypnotism? Can that get me hypnotized?
Yeah, it'll take you to those frequencies, those lower frequencies. Yeah. And if it evoked emotions,
I don't even
that's a
listen to the
trance.
words really.
Yeah.
I listen to the
It's
beat
vibration.
and like the vibration of it. I don't even care what the word says. The voice sounds nice.
Right? It's
But
the tone.
I mean,
and did you hear the different levels?
it
Like
go,
the
oh,
lower?
yes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we do have somebody that put a comment here. Ina, many years ago, I bought Brenda's mind massage self-hypnosis audio program. I just wanted to let you know, to this day, I listen to it every time when I need to de-stress. I keep coming back to Brenda's recording. It's such a positive effect on my everyday life. Thank you. That's awesome.
Yay!
Ina,
That
thank
makes my heart
you.
happy. I'm so glad. Thank you.
But there's several of these videos. I use TikTok a lot, everybody. I don't know if I should, but there's several of these on TikTok. Go look it up and put your phone. You don't have to have headphones on. Just put your phone behind your neck. Wait till you hear. It's totally different when it's in your face. But if you put it behind your neck, I swear there's a difference.
You know what you would probably like? They've got those headphones now that you can wear when you're falling asleep, and they're the headbands.
I would
And
really
they've got
love that.
Yeah, because then you can lay on your side or whatever, and they're these really paper thin headphones, and they just feel like one of those 80s workout bands.
I love
Headbands.
80s.
Yeah. So they're so comfortable, and if you really want to be bougie, you can get the one I have where it's got the eye mask on it too, and then you're like really super relaxed. But yeah, you should get one of those. That's gonna be great with the binaural beats.
Do you use any of that to help you sleep? How do you go to sleep every night? I know you do different hypnosis therapies, like with smoking and things like that. Do you practice? I know you have the sleep studies and stuff off your website. I'm going to pull up your website here in a second. But do you use anything like with that, with music or anything at night too to help?
Yeah, so all of my recordings have music in them.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because I think it helps. It gives a better experience. And here's the interesting thing about that, the music that I have on all of my recordings, it's the same track for most of them. And people will hear different things in the music. They're like, oh, I heard birds. I'm like, there's no birds in that, But yeah, so it's awesome.
I see that a lot. The same
layers.
Especially the same hertz or the background music type things, and they replay it, and then you put something else or put different imagery up, and you get a totally different effect from it. But I do have your website pulled up here, and then I'm going to share your website page right here, BrendaHypnosis.com. Are you doing any like more online, any upcoming things that you want to share or anything? You need to do an online thing soon because I need to sign back up for it.
Yeah, I don't have anything on the schedule, but what I really have fun doing is my Hypnotic happy hour, which is group transformational hypnosis. So I do those occasionally where we just get together and we have fun with hypnosis as well as doing life-changing things. It's either relaxing or goal setting or just different things. So we hypnotize the group online. So I don't have anything like that yet, but I will put some on the calendar.
And people can you'll put that on your website, right? And then on your social media. Everything is in our description too of the show. So please go follow Brenda on all social media. Nicole, I want to see if you follow up anything, and then I got something to ask Brenda after you.
So my question is, so people are looking at your website and they're like, okay, I want to try something. All of these sound good. I don't know which one to get. So what suggestion do you have for people who are like, these all apply, but I can only get one right now? Which one would you say is the best investment?
I would say there's the mind massage, which is my favorite, one of my favorite. There's the mind massage, or I think there's a special place, and both of those are just good general unwind, let go of your daily stress, focus on the good. They're good general, just relaxation, just feel better programs that you can use like Ina for years and years and years. and get something different out of it each time.
That sounds good.
I'm waiting to ask this for people that are skeptics and things. Suggestibility tests. I know we did the finger thing with me one time. Is there another test or something that we can do right now for everybody even watching can participate if they want to, but Nicole and I can participate. We can do the magnet. We can do the finger one again. I will do it to confirm that it truly happened the second time, but suggestibility test. I have somebody asking also about it.
Yeah, we could do a couple. There's a really easy one, and it's something that you can't really do on yourself, but it's relaxing your eyes and letting your eyes roll back up in your head and staring right through the roof of your head. So if you can imagine, you can stare right through the roof of your head with your eyes open, allow your eyes to roll back up in your head and look up all the way up. Let your eyes roll all the way back. And looking at your eyes, Emily, so your eyes, I'm looking for the white at the bottom of your eyes, and it looks like your eyes roll back about halfway. And Nicole, can you put your chin down a little, but keep your eyes up? So it looks like, it's kind of hard to see your eyes, but it looks like your eyes roll back at least. Oh, no, your eyes don't roll back very much at all. Okay, you can stop. So, and I'll have you guys look at my eyes. So I'm going to roll my eyes back.
Oh, your eyes go back far.
Okay. So just a general guideline, and there's no hard and fast way. There's no proof that this is actually a thing. But from what I found, that the farther your eyes roll back, the easier it is for you to go into hypnosis naturally. Or, I mean, just easily, effortlessly. Now,
I'm not easy. Is that what you're telling Brenda?
I'm saying, Emily, you're easier than Nicole.
Okay.
Because mine don't go far. Yeah. Mine don't go far back. Yeah.
My number might be in the stall for a good time. Nicole's won't be. Just her name.
No. So what it typically means, if your eyes don't roll back very much at all, you tend to be an overthinker, overanalyzer. You have a hard time relaxing. If your eyes roll back halfway, you have a natural ability to go into hypnosis. If they roll back 3/4 or even more, you have an exceptional ability to get into hypnosis quickly, easily, and deeply. But it's a skill that everyone
That's as far as that can go.
At. That's good. That's farther than Nicole.
Okay.
Yeah, mine don't go far.
But
that's all I can do.
But because you do self-hypnosis and because you meditate, you know how to get to that level of mind.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like driving someplace or doing something. Once you've done it, you know how to get there, and you'll go back there quicker and easier the next time. So it's just training yourself.
What's another thing that we could do real quick?
We can do the magnets, or we can do the balloon and the bucket.
That's the one I told you about earlier.
Okay, let's do the balloon and bucket. I've never done it before.
That was so fun. I love it.
Spiegel eye roll. Spiegel eye roll.
Yeah. Yeah, Nate, you know your stuff.
Yeah, Nate. Is he a hypnotist? I was just saying hypnotist too. Okay.
I love it. Okay. So everybody put your arms out in front of you like this, like you're a zombie. Rawr, coming to get me. Okay. Now with your hands out in front of you like this, turn your left hand palm up facing the ceiling. Make your right wrist loose, limp, and lazy now. Just let your right wrist hang. Cool. Now take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, allow your eyes to close. And with your eyes closed, I'd like you to imagine that in your left hand, you're holding onto a bucket. So imagine you're grabbing onto the handle of this bucket with your left hand. And as you do, notice what type of bucket you have. It could be a metal bucket. It could be a plastic bucket. It could be a wooden bucket, perhaps. Whatever bucket you choose, see it there in your mind's eye. Know that you have that bucket in your hand in your imagination. Now begin to notice the weight of the bucket as it's pulling down on your arm. You might even notice that your left arm goes lower and lower as it becomes heavier and heavier. Perhaps you can even notice the handle of the bucket in the palm of your hand, pulling your left arm lower and lower and lower down now. Now with your imagination, imagine that I'm pouring heavy, wet, sand into this bucket. And this heavy, wet sand causes this bucket to double in weight, maybe even more, pulling your left arm lower and lower and lower down. Now you might even struggle to even try to hold that bucket as it becomes even heavier still. Now, as that bucket gets even heavier, imagine and bring your attention now to your right wrist. And imagine that comfortably tied to your right wrist are a dozen big red helium balloons. We all know that helium is a gas that rises, so it causes your right arm to begin to lift up, drift up, and float up. These balloons are lifting and drifting, pulling your right arm higher and higher as it begins to feel lighter and lighter. It's almost as if you can feel your arm lifting and drifting, floating up, up, up and away. And the higher your right arm floats, the lower your left arm goes. And the more you notice the one, the more you notice the other, the more apparent they both become. Now freeze your arms right there. Open your eyes and look at your arms. What did you notice?
My right side is higher than my left arm.
Yeah. So tell me what you noticed from that.
I'll tell you what I felt. I'll tell you that. My left arm, I broke it, my wrist.
Mm-hmm.
I had 4 surgeries on it. I can't even bend it all the way back. So when you said left, automatically in my mind, I was like, this ain't going to work for me. But then I didn't expect my right arm to lift, though. I'll say that. Yeah. It lifted. Okay. I could feel it lifting. But I was sitting there like, I think my left arm was moving up and down, like trying to hold that grasp, but then I could feel a lifting on my right side. Mm-hmm. I could feel it.
I have a pretty active imagination, so I could feel that bucket going down.
Well, the bucket was metal, I'll tell you that, and it didn't have a very big handle to hold on to. It was very thin handle. I kept thinking too when you were doing this, I was like, if this handle was thicker, maybe I could have held it up longer or better.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, it was like cutting my hand almost. It was heavy, but I don't know what was in it though. I didn't get to that part.
Mm-hmm. But you did have a metal bucket.
Yes, I had a metal bucket.
Cool. And what about
people
Nicole?
Say that?
I had a metal bucket too.
Oh, interesting.
See, awesome. That was great. Nicole might be a somnambulist. What's that?
Somnambulist is somebody that can go really deep, really quick.
I can, yeah.
And has a good imagination, yeah.
So,
go
ahead, Brenda.
What color were your balloons?
Oh, I can tell you. Yellow.
You had yellow, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I had
bright yellow.
I had red.
You had red. That's interesting because I suggested that you had a dozen big red helium balloons, but you switched yours to yellow.
Yeah, mine was yellow. I didn't even hear red.
But what I love about that, what I love about that is I can give you a suggestion, but you're going to make it right for you.
So what does yellow mean?
It just means that you chose what was right for you.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I said something, you're going to interpret it based on your own wants, your own needs, and your own preferences.
And yellow's a really happy and bright, uplifting color too. So it makes a lot of sense that your mind was like, "Now we're going with yellow."
Yeah. And
but what's funny is red is my favorite color, though. Everybody.
Interesting.
Then I plucked it out of your mind and I took the red.
Yeah, because anybody like I'm talking to somebody. What's your favorite color? Red. But my balloons were yellow. I don't even remember you saying red, Brenda. Oh my gosh. Did you do something to me already?
Yes, you did it. You did it. You chose color.
Yeah, you chose all that. So this is why I love to do that exercise, because it shows the power of your mind, right? Nobody here was actually holding onto a bucket. Nobody had balloons, but you held a thought in your mind and you created a physical response in your body. Your arm moved, it floated up just by thinking of that. And you could feel that handle in your hands and you knew you wanted it a little different. So,
but you did say something, imagine something in the bucket, right? I do think I remember that.
Heavy wet sand.
Heavy wet sand. I don't remember anything in my bucket. Did you, Nicole, did you put sand in your bucket or? I don't remember anything in my bucket.
The bucket had some weight to it before she mentioned
Yeah.
it. Like, it was already getting heavy for me. And then she's like, imagine I'm putting wet sand in it. I'm like, oh.
And could you feel the tension in your muscles?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I felt it all the way from my shoulder, and I felt like I was trying to balance it actually, and I felt like my arm was going up and down, like moving up and down, like I can do this. I'm like fighting. Maybe that's why I didn't hear the color of the red. Maybe that's why I went to. I heard balloons. That's a stronger word. Maybe I went to yellow balloons, and I kept looking at the yellow. Oh my gosh.
So isn't when you hypnotize Emily for the first time, I want to be there.
Right? So I have another question too. So could you see the bucket? Could you visualize?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was a gray tin bucket.
Okay.
It's a very thin handle, like a wire.
I think we had the same bucket. Did it have ridges around it?
It had what around it?
Ridges, like on the outside?
I don't think so.
Okay, well mine did.
It had scratches on it. Brenda, are you easy to hypnotize since you do it daily? Are you easy?
Yeah, and because I love the feeling, so I love to go into hypnosis. I'm easy to hypnotize.
Okay.
But it doesn't mean just anybody can hypnotize me.
Right. Now, I do have one more thing, and we're going to close out because we've gone a little bit over. But I have a video that you put on TikTok.
Me?
Yeah. It's Hypno Brenda, right? That's you, right?
Yeah.
That when hypnotism goes wrong, when it goes bad, I'm going to play the video. Here we go.
Yep.
How often does that happen? You handled that so well. Did you like 1, 2, 3 out of it?
Well, it was funny because, I gave him the suggestion that I was his favorite celebrity, or anytime I said the name of his favorite celebrity, he would think that I was her. And so he came, but I set this up. When you get within 1 foot of my face, you'll discover that I have really bad breath and you can't stand to get any closer. So he disregarded that suggestion so that he could get in and grab me, which I was like, I was so shocked. I was like, what is happening? And I was like, he's really getting in there. And I was like, I need to own this because I set it up, right? But then I was like, okay. And I'm like, security. And I was like,
boundaries, yeah.
And then, but like, it's funny to me. It's funny when things go in a way that you don't expect. And so I had to like push him off, and I was like blowing in his face, like taking my breath, but yeah, push him off. But like ultimately, if like he wasn't responding to me pushing him, I would just like sleep. I would just drop him back into hypnosis and like totally remove the suggestion. But it was funny and it got a great laugh. And so
I have one more question, and I'll let Nicole end out with a question, and then we'll let everybody, you can talk to where people can find you. So real quick, this is my biggest worry. I'm always afraid I'll get hypnotized by somebody, and just like this favorite actress or whatever. What if he's in Walmart somewhere and here's Angelina Jolie or something? Is there a cutoff for these experiments? Like, can you clear them to where they won't be triggered again somewhere else out in the public anywhere?
Yeah. Well, there's a couple things. A suggestion will only last as long as there's a benefit in it for you. Mm-hmm. So say if I took away your number 6 and I forgot to give it back to you after the show, you would realize that you can't function missing that number, and you would like, it would come back to you. So you're not, even if a hypnotist doesn't like say all of the suggestions are removed, which I do, anything for your benefit you can keep, anything that's not for your benefit you can let go of. You always, always, always have the opportunity to override a suggestion.
Okay.
So if you even if you come out of it and you're like, well, they said that suggestion, but that doesn't make sense and I don't want to respond to it, you won't. You can always override it. Like the people that pay me to stop smoking, I tell them, you are a non-smoker for the rest of your life. And they can choose to believe that for the rest of their lives, or they could say, nah, that's bullshit. Sorry, that's bull.
That's okay.
I'm going to smoke again. And they can make that choice to override that suggestion, and they can be a smoker if they want to. So
that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I always worried about going out someplace and somebody would say something and I would do something crazy. I'd be on the news or something. I'm going to blame my hypnotist down the road.
Right. and too, like, and when I set up a show, I say, when I say this, you do that. Or when I set it up so that I'm in control.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense now.
For 15 minutes, you know, in the show, I'll say, every time I say the word money, you want to give me something of yours. So it's not like somebody in the audience can go up to that person and say money, and they'll give that person money. No, when I say it, you do this.
Well, if I ever get married again, sending my husband to you, Brenda, just make him just say money, okay? And he gives it to me.
Right. I wish there's so often I hear that, but the person has to, any suggestion, that person has to accept it.
Okay.
If they don't like it, if it doesn't feel right to them, you've got a protective part of your brain that won't allow a suggestion not for your benefit to creep in there. So a flag will come up like, hey, we don't like this.
So as people are falling asleep tonight, because you mentioned the twilight, the twilight, I want to say zone.
Twilight zone. Yeah.
The twilight zone. As people are falling asleep or waking up, what do you think is the best suggestion that they can repeat to themselves that will help them to have a generally positive impact on their life?
Mm-hmm. The suggestion that I use, if they don't know, a good general suggestion is by a French hypnotist, Emile Coulier. Every day in every way, I'm getting better and better. Every day in every way, I'm getting better and better is a good general one. Or if you want to keep it even more simple, all is well and everything is working out for me.
What I did during the hardest part of my life, which was June of 2020, for the 6 months there, I was breaking a trauma bond of a very narcissistic relationship I was in. But I would tell myself every day, no matter what, when I would wake up, I'm okay today. Tomorrow, I'll be okay. Next week, I'll be okay. Next month, I'll be okay. Next year, I'll be okay. And no matter what the day brought with the roller coaster of emotions, I just kept saying that over and over. I'll be okay. Even like in the midst of like a total breakdown, I would verbally say, I'm still okay. Tomorrow I'll be okay. So it is mind over matter in a lot of ways. It's a battlefield of the mind, and you got to force yourself to be there in times when you don't feel like you want to be there.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm so glad you're on the other side of it now.
Yes, I am. Yeah. And 2.5 years later, but there's still some triggers and stuff. But, mind control and all this stuff that's coming in. And Brenda, you being a hypnotist and understanding how to clear your mind and everything, it's amazing. Amazing. Are you... everybody can follow you. Tell everybody really quick. I have your website up. I have your YouTube. You have Facebook, where they can find you. You do private appointments too and everything for people?
Yes. Yeah. And they can sign up for a consultation if they have more questions or want to talk about it or see if I'm the right fit for them.
And Norwegian Cruise Lines too, right? Next year?
Hopefully. Yes.
Okay. Yay. I want to do it. I need to go on another cruise, and Nicole, we need to do it like a girl trip cruise, Norwegian style, with Brenda K, hypnotist. We have so much fun.
I am up for it.
I may even get a tattoo. No, just kidding.
Crazy talk. And then you'll blame it on the hypnotist.
I don't remember. I wake up. the Hangover movie.
You're like, why did you get Brenda's name tattooed on your arm?
I have it on my face. Everybody, like Mike Tyson. I don't know what happened. It was Brenda. But thank you, Brenda, so much. We'll let you go. We'll close out the show, but we appreciate you. You are, when I think hypnotist or hypnotism, any of that stuff, I automatically think of you. Like, I don't think of anybody else.
You.
And I'm thankful that you came, we crossed paths a few years ago. Appreciate you very much. And if you have anything online, please share it. Message me. I don't see everything. Let me know. I'll share it out and put it out there, and hopefully I can attend, and maybe Nicole can attend too. It would be fun because I did one of them. It was so much fun.
Was it the happy hour?
I think it was the happy hour, but it was like a year ago, I think.
Yeah.
Or something. Last time you were on, you had a happy hour like 2 weeks later or something. I signed it. It was great. I loved it. So
awesome. We'll have to do it again.
Yeah,
I'll let you and everybody know.
Yes, please do. Well, we appreciate you. We'll let you go for the night, and we'll close out the show. Thank you so much, Brenda. We'll see you next time. I'm sure you'll be back for four times.
Thank you, Emily. Thank you,
All right,
Nicole.
thank you.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
All right, Nicole. Woo-woo. That was so much fun.
That was fun.
I learned a lot too. So appreciate you coming on. I have had your posts, your sites and everything. If you don't mind to tell everybody one more time where they can find you too.
Yeah, I had everyone going to Rumble.
You got Rumble now too?
Well, I've had Rumble for a while, but now, like, after you reminded me of it, I'm like, yeah, no, I'm going to start getting people over on Rumble. But I've been on Rumble for years and forgot about it. I was, like, one of their first
started back up.
Back in 2015, I think. But, yeah, so they can find me on Rumble. I'll start uploading there again. And then, yeah, they can find me on youtube.com/Guiding Echoes, facebook.com/Guiding Echoes, guidingechoes.com. Are y'all seeing a theme? Are y'all seeing a theme now?
No, tell me about that. Tell me about that theme. I don't know what you're talking about.
And also remember, there are a lot of scammers out there right now. So, so when you go on Instagram, there's a lot of cloned accounts of me. And it'll say _official_guiding echoes. That's not me. So my my name everywhere is just Guiding Echoes, spelled exactly the way that it should be. No extra S, no extra G. It's Guiding Echoes.
No little space thing underneath.
No little space.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like one word.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I appreciate you so much for coming on tonight. We love you. Thank you, Nicole. You've become a friend of mine. I can't wait. Maybe come in. We'll be doing some other things in the near future.
I hope so.
So I'm excited about that. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in tonight. Please share this out. This helps our show. It helps our guests. It helps the networks. We're going to be live again Wednesday night here at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on RU Media Network, Rumble, and ODYSEE with Tom Oddhouse, the original author of The Matrix Part 2. And this deals with Elon Musk. Y'all, Elon Musk is part of The Matrix movies. Wow. And it goes a lot deeper than you would ever imagine. And I got to call him on Sunday because he found some other things out. And I said, I'll talk to you on Sunday. So wait till you see Part 2. We had Part 1 a couple weeks ago. And when you tune in on Wednesday, I'll have Part 1 link in the comment section, so if anybody wants to follow up and watch Part 1. So we appreciate you all. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful weekend. We're praying for Florida. We're praying for anybody that's affected for Hurricane Ian. It's a terrible time. Florida was almost wiped off the map in some areas. So we love you all, praying for you. And Florida will come back. They always come back. Florida, some of these states that go through these natural disasters always come back better than when it started.
Yeah.
And you know, that's a lot of the healing process with anything, the comeback season. And Nicole is having a comeback season. Emily's having a comeback season. Anybody who's watching is going to have a comeback season. So
I love it. I'm here for it.
I am too. So love y'all. See you Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.